and welcome to Century Today, the show about your community college. My name is Allie Pickens-Apoku, and I'm the Associate Dean of Enrollment Management at Century College. This show is brought to you by Century's Marketing Department and produced by students from our Narrative Video Production program. In our show today, we will be talking about student wellness. There are many aspects to wellness. Some believe it's just your state of physical or emotional being. Some people include spiritual, intellectual, and social wellness. Others would include financial security. Today, we will explore the ways in which Century College supports its students' well-being. Wellness is defined as the state of being in good health. But what does that look like for students here at Century College? We started by asking some students on campus about their definition of wellness and explored the topic from there. Let's take a look.
Hi everyone, it's Kat with the Narrative Video Production program, and I am here to ask students about the definition of wellness and what that means to them. Follow me. What is wellness in your definition?
In my definition, ideally, it would be the state of your own health or well-being.
I think being in a state of health, not necessarily having to have the sort of skinny stereotype or anything like that, but just being at a point where you're comfortable with yourself, but also in a healthy point.
So what is your definition of wellness?
My definition of wellness is when people feel comfortable, even mentally and physically where they are, and that they know how to take care of themselves in any different way or different situations, especially if it's emotional or physical wellness.
My definition is taking others' needs before your own, and for Century, they take the community's needs, as in the students, in consideration.
Is there a way that you specifically like to treat yourself or something?
Mine is definitely, I do a lot of coloring for mine to help with mine, or I take baths for long periods of time.
Things that I do is I like to find my own happy place. For example, two of my happy places is at Forest Lake Beach, and the other one's at the old Stillwater Bridge. And I just kind of think of everything that is going on in my head and just process it. Yeah.
I make sure I get enough sleep. I make sure I'm not too stressed out so I can have more longevity in life, which leads to better wellness overall.
I'm very vocal about it. I let people know how I'm feeling in a moment of time. Maybe not so say I'm angry towards somebody. I may not tell them that I'm angry at them, but I talk to other people about it. I'm like, hey, I need help working through my emotions a little bit. And if I'm feeling down or sad, I go to Taco Bell, I get some crappy food, and I watch Scooby-Doo all night.
So just in general words, how would you describe wellness in your definition?
Yeah, well, I think that in terms of just wellness, I think people can see it in two different ways, right? They can see it both from a mental well-being and also a physical kind of well-being, right? Mm-hmm. I think my approach though is I look at wellness holistically, and so then when I look at wellness holistically, I'm looking at kind of different factors, right? Other than just your mental and your physical, but I'm also looking at your spiritual, your social, any sort of financial issues you might have, because all of that kind of intermingles together. That if you're not doing well in one of those areas, it can affect your mental or your physical. So for me, as assistant director here, when it comes to wellness, I try to be very holistic in my approach on trying to figure out how I can go about helping all students here at Century College.
When I think about financial wellness, what I think about is I believe that financial wellness is really the overarching goal of completing your education and allowing your education to be able to launch you into the career path so that you can earn money to be able to live comfortably.
One of the things that I do for myself from kind of a health and wellness standpoint is, I try to make time to go to the gym. I make time, for family and for friends. I make sure that throughout my day, I give myself a little bit of break. So it's not just your typical lunch where I take my break, but, if I need to take a 5-minute or 10-minute breather to get away from my computer because I've been sitting at the computer all day, I do that. I might just go for a walk for 5, 10, 15 minutes and then come back to my computer.
Wow, it seems like there are many aspects to wellness. Here to discuss the topic more is Sonia Lafoy. Thank you for visiting with us today, Sonia.
Thanks for having me. I'm super excited to talk about wellness.
I'm wondering if you'd share with us what your definition of wellness is.
For wellness, I kind of think of it more of a holistic approach, and I try to do like physical, mental, emotional, like make sure that I'm doing an active lifestyle to really go with my wellness.
That's a great way to define that. I love
Thank
that.
you.
Has your definition of wellness changed from the time you were a Century student to now as a professional?
Yes. So when I was a Century student, I just felt like I was doing PSEO. I was trying to do some summer classes. I really just tried to grind and get over, school stress. And now as like a professional, I feel like I can take more steps on making sure that I am being more active in my choices and living a wellness kind of lifestyle.
And on the video, a lot of our students and staff talked about their happy place. What's your happy place?
The gym. The gym is my happy place. I have just started getting into like weightlifting. So I actually try to set little goals for myself, try to make sure that I'm nothing too crazy, just realistical goals, and try to hit those goal points.
That's great. And how long have you been doing that for?
About a year. I'm really excited.
That's awesome. And when you're talking with students, what type of wellness do you talk about with them?
When I talk to students, it's mostly mental health wellness and like making sure that they're aware that if they need to take some time, they take their time. That nothing is more important than their own mental health and their own physical health. I always say as much as important school and work is, being healthy and making sure your emotional and physical health is the #1 priority.
That's awesome. And what are some things that students can do at Century to help balance their wellness?
I always say use the resources that we have available. So we have the Resource Center, we have counselors, we have awesome staff members. I always think that we have the best staff around, but we have so many different resources that students can use. Counselors, we do Starfish. You can make appointments with financial aid if you want to have financial aid conversations with your counselors. We do, acts of kindness if you are looking in financial situations. There are a whole bunch of different resources, especially if you go to the Resource Center. They have ones for mental health. We have crisis lines. We have food security. There are a whole bunch of different resources, and I really make sure that students are aware of the resources that we have.
That's amazing to hear about. So now that we have an idea of what wellness is, how does Century support its students, and what kind of services can they expect from campus beyond what you've talked about?
We support students in so many different ways. Like I kind of talked about, we have like I think it's called Live to Learn, and it's kind of online crisis, or not crisis, mental health wellness. So it's anxiety, depression, addiction counseling. We have a whole bunch of different resources there. Like I said, we have the food pantry. We have different community partners around the college, and they're really helpful and really great about making sure students are connected to different stuff. We have student employment. We have our career center if you're looking for jobs, if you're trying to apply to jobs and get your resume. We have a million different resources that you can always tap into.
That's great. We have another video segment to explore this topic. Let's watch it now.
My name is Michelle Jersek, and I'm a counselor here at Century College. I've worked as a counselor, and also I've worked as a Phi Theta Kappa advisor in the past, and I was a student. And so you have people that maybe they didn't do so well in high school, and they come here and they're honor students, and they're in Senate, and they're officers in the clubs, and they're developing programs and projects. And so to really see people's dreams come true.
I'm Kristen Laramie, and I coordinate the Student Resource and Support Center on West Campus. Coordinating the Resource and Support Center, I coordinate all of the events, the activities, and provide all of the supplies for the pantry that we offer. But at the Resource Center, we have our free lunch and grocery items. So we have products that are like similar to more of a food pantry. So, we might have like a loaf of bread or like oatmeal, those kinds of things you can bring home as more groceries, produce. And then we also have lunch and like snack items like wraps, sandwiches, fresh like vegetables, that kind of stuff, like sticks of celery, that kind of stuff. So those are free for all Century College students. So transportation is like a huge bulk of my job. I do a lot of housing, I do a lot of transportation, tons, because students need to get to campus. We help students a lot with is like car related, because a lot of them drive or get rides to campus. So as far as support, students can visit the Resource Center if they need help with purchasing a vehicle, getting repairs done on their vehicles, making car payments, making insurance payments. I do a ton of outreach to students just to make sure that they are aware that they have these resources, that they're eligible for them, and connecting with staff and faculty so that they know what's available as well and can share that with their students, just to try to reach as many people as possible in the Century community. So there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and then just the daily stuff of actually bringing the food in and doing the one-on-one work with the students to support them, especially in their times of crisis. We do like wraparound, and just making sure that people know we're there.
The Advising Counseling and Career Center is on the West Campus, and so when you go into what is called West Main, go right inside, and to the right, it'll be right there. So in counseling and advising, we are on a platform called Starfish, and Starfish is an online scheduling platform, as well as we keep our notes and things in there, and you can connect with your network, which is usually advisor, counselor. And so a student can go in there and just click on who is in their network and make an appointment. Otherwise, when counseling services are available for personal and career counseling, there is a way to go into those services in Starfish. So even if that person is not your assigned counselor, say maybe your assigned counselor is filled for the next few weeks, you can go in and see if another counselor is available and go in through those counseling services. Another way is to email the front desk at acc@century.edu and let them know you want to make an appointment. And you can always call as well at 651-779-3285. You cannot study, you cannot focus if you're hungry, if you're homeless. All those are essential for being able to be successful in school.
You can see there are many resources available to students. Let's continue to talk with Sonia. Sonia, we heard a little bit from our counselors in this video package. Could you tell us a little bit more about what students might experience in our counseling center?
Yeah, so if students go into our counseling center, they can always make an appointment day of and see if there's a waiting. We do have walk-in hours, which is really, really great, especially for students who don't really plan their lives ahead, which is me. I will be honest on that one. So they are really great. There you can meet the counselors and they can help you with different resources around campus. They can set you up with people. They can set you up with the disability services or the access center if you need it. They're also really good at just knowing kind of what you need. And you might not know what you need, but the resource and the counseling can put you in the right resources. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's great. And do all students have access to counseling at Century College?
Yes. So they can actually go on their Starfish, which I know we just watched, but always go on your Starfish and you can make appointments with your counseling team. It's really great.
That's awesome. And you mentioned the Access Center. What is the Access Center at Century?
So the Access Center is really great. I know that I used it when I was in college. They just really are accommodating, so you can talk to them if you have any kind of disability or if you have, ADHD, just anxiety. They can really help you be successful in your classes.
That's great to hear about. And where would students go to learn more about resources at Century College?
I would say online, or just come in person. But online will really get you where you need to go. You can see all the different resources we have. You can kind of scroll to see what we have, what we don't have, and then you can come in with your questions.
That's great. There are many activities available to students on campus. Let's hear from some of our students about the spring semester schedule.
Hi there, and welcome to this spring's bundle of announcements. I'm your host, Paige.
And I'm your host, Allison.
Starting off the semester with a bang is Spring Welcome Week from January 10th to 14th.
Then, on the 19th of January, is the Blizzard Blast.
And for Century's couples, February 14th is Valentine's Day.
Come share your native language on February 21st for Native Language Day.
Then, on February 24th, come celebrate Black History Month.
And on March 4th is a celebration of Holi, a very colorful Hindu celebration.
April 4th through 8th, come learn during Sex Week.
Calm, chill, and relax on May 3rd for Stress-Free Day.
And celebrate your Century Pride on May 10th for Wood Duck Day.
I sure love being a wood duck.
These have been your announcements for the upcoming spring semester. Thank you for watching Century Today.
So now that we know about what kinds of services are available, but where do we find them? We now want to show you what a day in the life of a Century student looks like. Follow along as we explore the campus and interview some of our staff. Let's see it now.
Hi there, I'm Abby Links here with the NVP department, the Narrative Video Production, to tell you a little bit about the different resources available to Century students. The first stop on our tour today is going to be the East Campus in the Lincoln Mall for the food drive that they're holding right now.
So it will just be for students and faculty. We call it our mobile market, and so we offer food with no barriers to those who are here.
Next, we're going to check out the Fitness Center to see what resources and services they have available for students.
So basically at the Fitness Center, we offer the students a chance to use the gym outside of classroom hours. We offer weight training, we help with program building, regardless of what your goals is. Pretty much everybody that's in the Fitness Center can help. And so our hours have changed. So Monday through Wednesday, the gym is open for student use 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then it reopens again 12 to 5:30. On Tuesdays, Thursdays, it's 7:30 to 10:30 and then it reopens from 2 to 5:30. On Fridays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Just come in and work out.
And on your way down to the Fitness Center, you can stop in at the Resource Center.
We provide various needs of food for students either in their day-to-day going to school, or if they have a big emergency, we have bigger packages for them, like homelessness and stuff. We also provide assistance in scholarships, transportation needs. We mainly just get them the information of what they need to them.
Oh, so we have so many different scholarship opportunities. We actually give away about $300,000 in scholarships just to Century College students. We actually also have 4 transfer scholarships. So if students are transferring to another university, we do offer those as well, but only 4. Most of them are going towards Century College students who are here at Century. We offer a whole bunch from single parents to the more traditional student to returning adults, mental health awareness, social justice, the list goes on and on. So we have a whole bunch of different scholarship opportunities just for Century College students. So we are open every single day in financial aid. We're open every day, Monday, Tuesday till 6, Wednesday, Thursday till 4:30, and then Friday till noon. Scholarships have different rounds. So when it comes to scholarship opportunities, we are currently in round 3 for spring scholarships. And that's mostly for, the average is gonna be about $1,500 in scholarships. We have 3 different rounds 1, 2, and 3, and currently we're in round 3. We have one scholarship that's for students in mental health. It's kind of, it's talking about how have you overcome mental health or addiction, and kind of talk about your academics and career and how it kind of relates to that.
Yeah, so we are the Advising, Counseling, and Career Center. So we actually we're kind of a trifecta of an office. So we've got the advising office, our counseling office, and then our career center office. So in the advising department, what we really work with students on is we work with academic concerns, questions, academic planning, major kind of planning and coursework selection to hopefully help you graduate on time. We also have the counseling offices, which they also do academic advising with students, but then they also meet with students for personal counseling, questions or concerns, as well as additional resources in the community and also here at Century. As well as they also do career planning. So if students are undecided about majors, they can do a little bit more career search and exploration with students in order to help get them to their major and get them pointed in the right direction. And then last but not least, we have our Career Center, which also works with students more on developing their resumes, job applications, and kind of investigating and exploring the internships that are available to students.
There are plenty of locations for students to get support. Sonia, let's talk more about students' daily lives. Sonia, would you be able to tell us where students can find financial support at Century College?
Yeah, so I always recommend that students go to the Resource Center. You can always see what outside of Century financial help, also go to your counseling, so then you can see if you can qualify for acts of kindness. I always say also talk to your financial aid office to make sure you're getting as much financial support as you need. There are a lot of different resources on campus for that.
And if students have an unexpected financial emergency, what options do they have at Century for help?
They can go to their counseling office or the Resource Center and talk about acts of kindness. It's really nice. We also do have a whole bunch of different scholarships available to students. I think in this last year, I think I ran the numbers in between all the grants and scholarships. I gave out personally $500,000 on student accounts.
That's amazing. I
know.
love hearing that.
I know, it's such a good feeling.
And do students have the opportunities to get employment on campus?
Yes, so right now we're actually really excited. Students are getting $14.50 an hour. They can work up to 20 hours a week, and it's really great because you can work around your school schedule. But as of July 1st, students will be making $15 an hour and still be able to work around their schedule. So that's really nice.
That's amazing. And for students that don't come to campus for classes, do they still have the opportunity to access these resources?
Yes, they do. We always say talk to us via phone call, Starfish appointments, especially when it comes to like the acts of kindness with your counselor. You can always do a Starfish appointment there. At the financial aid office, we do phone calls, emails, Starfish appointments. I think I had like 3 or 4 Starfish appointments last week. So there are a lot of different opportunities for students to talk to us, find different resources, and really access all the resources that they're available.
That's great. If students want to get help to access outside resources that are outside of Century College, who would be helping them with that?
The Resource Center. I will also say their counselors also probably have a lot of different knowledge about what resources are out there. So we're all here for student success, so we're all kind of working together.
That's great. Thank you so much. I would like to thank our marketing department for bringing these topics to the show, and also a big thank you to the Narrative Video Production class for putting it all together. On behalf of everyone here at Century College, I would like to thank you for watching our show. We hope this highlights our resources for our current students, and it gives future students some insight into what to expect in campus life. Before we sign off today, I'd like to give a big thank you to our guest, Sonia, for joining us here in the studio today. I'm Allie Pickens-Apoku, Associate Dean of Enrollment Management, and thanks again for watching Century Today.